Hi guys, Strange Developer here. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the interview process and coding tests. This is just my subjective opinion on how I approach this kind of problems or this kind of question. So first of all, like you have to ask so many questions at the beginning, which most recruiters they often try not to like give you a lot of space to ask questions at the beginning. When you feel that the recruiter is pushing the coding test on you without asking you if you want it or not, this is basically because they are aware that many developers have decided to no longer subscribe or opt in into those coding tests because if you are a developer with many years of experience, coding tests are pretty much a waste of time. And unfortunately, one of the reasons why companies still engage in this practice is just because no one is saying no. And the thing is, in the past, experienced developers in the past, they did actually say no to those coding tests sometime. This is especially true if you are a senior developer with so many years of experience. Then, um, like basically questioning whether or not you know the basics, while it may seem as legit from employers' point of view. Unfortunately, most of them are just using these coding tests like just only like filling some buffer or killing time actually, just to have like extra steps in the recruitment process to make it seem kind of consistent with everyone. But in reality, you don't have to agree on a coding test if the job position is not really that worth it, or if the let's say if they are putting like unrealistic expectations on you. You could say no, I'm not gonna do it, and this is your full right. Now for me, as a rule of thumb, um, anything more than 1 hour, I would say no. I'm not interested. Now, this is of course for me like I'm in a kind of a good position to basically have like say no sometimes. But most people don't have this, let's say, this good position or this the privilege to say no. Now, you could kind of like make a strategy. So you go first with the companies that have more straightforward recruitment process, not too much torture and whiteboard and all those kind of questions. And then you like kind of put below, like as a lower priority, those who require coding tests, those who don't have much of human interaction. Unfortunately, companies do it sometimes when they already know who they are hiring, but they are still like testing people and sending those coding tests without being transparent and honest about their intentions. It could happen sometimes that like they have only one position and they're interviewing 20 people, and because of that it's like they sometimes like they decide very quickly to hire someone because of maybe time constraints, but they still like they don't they are not going to go back to the other 19 developers they interviewed and tell them you don't need to do the assignment or coding test anymore. One workaround for all of this is you could create some kind of a demo project which you can post on your own website, and if they say like they want to test you or something like that, you can send them your demo project and say, here's a sample project, you can have a look at it, and you could ask me any questions on it, no problem. This is one workaround that worked actually for me maybe once or twice, which was good, because not all companies are very strict on like how they conduct the interview or why. Now, something that I have kind of experienced in real life, um, like the good companies, the more experienced companies, they don't like torture you with coding tests and technical rounds and so on and so forth. While companies that are kind of like small or mediocre, they are much more, let's say, they are much more careful because of their limited resources. So this is why uh, they are going to be more kind of strict. They're going to be much more critical because they really want like to have someone who is really 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 good for, let's say, less resources or lower budget than usual. So you have always to keep all of these things in mind. It can be a little bit nuanced when it comes to the job interviews. But you have to be kind of flexible sometimes, and sometimes you need to lower your expectations because like the it doesn't matter really if you always solve all the technical questions or you answer all the questions correctly or most of them correctly. By the end of the day, it depends on them. If they like you, they will hire you. If they don't like you, then nothing will happen. So it really boils down to like the overall interview and how do they perceive you. And sometimes it's just simply out of your control that you never get shortlisted. Of course, there are like lots of courses and kind of advice online on how to ace your coding interview, how to cracking the coding interview, and so on and so forth. But really, there is no perfect formula. Or you could definitely prepare for it, but don't expect much. So you need to kind of like have this balance, and don't get mad. Don't feel angry or upset if you got rejected without any apparent reason. Lots of people are getting rejected. I used to get very mad and angry before, but after some time, like I don't care anymore if I got rejected from a job interview, or like if I didn't do my best, which does happen sometimes because you cannot always predict what kind of challenge you'll be asked. It's absolutely fine because in a good company, you will never be expected to always have the right answer, but you will be expected to be honest, be transparent, and when you don't know the answer, you can say I don't know, which is an absolutely valid answer. So I hope you found this useful. If you are looking for a job or struggling with job interviews and technical tests, please follow, like, subscribe, and check out my courses or my apps on my profile page. You can find there my website where you can see all my courses on Udemy, as well as some of my apps that you can try for free. So thank you, and see you on my next video.